So what really matters to you?
Just the future, to be honest, and having a very good foundation and just growing as much as possible. In life, I think it's about leveling up every single day, becoming a better person in every aspect of life. And it's just, after a certain point, it's not about the money anymore, because what else can you buy, you know?
Real quickly, I just want to run through. I want to hear about you, about your story, about your trading, and about your payout.
Yeah, so basically, for those who don't know me, my name is Andrew. I'm 24, turning 25 soon. I'm from Romania, so I'm based in Romania, Bucharest, which is a third world country, a very low income country. I've been trading for 6 years now, so basically since I was 18. And yeah, currently I think I'm one of the biggest funded traders in terms of capital, because I have around 6 million overall on all the platforms. So obviously Fortune's funding is one of them, max funded 300K. And I just got the first payout, which was around, I think, $3,000, with another $3,000 on the way. So almost 2% return, which is perfectly fine for me.
So how did you get into the funding in your area? I imagine not a lot of people know about it.
In terms of like funding companies and prop firms,
Let's start with trading, actually.
in trading. So the way I got in trading, I was first introduced to binary options. It was just something to gamble on with some candles. So yeah, it wasn't really something calculated. I did make some money, but trading, I discovered trading same as everyone else, like Instagram gurus, YouTube, I kind of got addicted, not addicted, but I got intrigued by the lifestyle that they present, the trading from anywhere you want, supercars, all of that. And then I kind of grew a passion for it, because I'm a very analytical person. So I like to study patterns. My brain just functions that way. So that's why I found success very fast when it comes to trading. So it was just a passion, to be honest, at first. I had pleasure studying the charts, understanding why the market moves, understanding money. And after that passion grew, obviously money started coming in. And yeah, now it's basically my full-time job, let's say, to trade.
That's awesome. Do you
Yeah.
have so you said you're into patterns and studying analytics, all of that. Do you have a signature setup that you look for?
Not really. The way I did it was, at first I tried to study, like, have certain setups, use maybe, I don't know, let's say support resistance, Fibonacci to trade, the basic stuff, try to have like a proper trading plan. I only execute this setup, but I just found it hard, to be honest. The way I actually started to make profits was putting the hours in on the pairs that I trade. So I only trade Euro USD, GBP USD, and gold. So I studied those pairs, every single day for 2 or 3 years, and I've still studied them. And I kind of understood how they move, when they move, why they move. And then some basic concepts, like, let's say, what I use is just imbalance, liquidity, mostly liquidity, and timing of the sessions. So my trading is very simple. I know where price is heading. I know how price action develops. I know when it's gonna move and why it's gonna move, and I just execute very easily. Usually my risk reward is 1 to 1, 1 to 2, even negative sometimes, which is fine by me, because I have a very high win rate. So yeah, I just understood how the market operates, how it moves, and use the same concepts that everyone knows, to take trades. But it's all about risk management and patience, discipline, psychology. That's just the most important aspect.
What would you say your win rate is?
Based on my stats, my win rate is, last year it was around, to be honest, 55% to 60%, but I had a risk reward of 2. That was the stats for the whole year across all the accounts. Now this year, and actually December also, I kind of, because I grew in capital so much, I kind of focused more on very high probability setups. So I think my win rate now is in the high 70%, I think.
That's impressive. Do
Yeah.
you journal? Do you use a program?
Yeah, I use TradeZella for journaling, but it's just with prop firms, because I trade mainly prop firms. It's such a headache to add all these accounts. So I don't really journal. I kind of remember them in my mind, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of journaling. I think I'm the only, profitable trader that doesn't really journal. But it's just, it doesn't make sense for me because I have a very good memory. So I just kind of remember. But I do write some stuff about, I don't know, if I want to remember something, I do write it down, but just notes. I don't really journal every single trade. No.
Gotcha. How many
Yeah.
years would you say it took you to start being profitable?
Hmm. Well, since I started like actually putting the work in, I can say like a year, to be honest. But obviously, the first 2 years, I didn't really go that deep into trading. So I was just playing around it and then I took it seriously. But I could say like a year. But that year was hard because I wasn't sleeping at all. I was spending day in and day out just watching the charts, trying to understand the pairs. So I could say a year of hard work, maybe 2 years, let's say 2 years. Yeah.
You said you trade gold and what was the other one?
So first I started trading gold. That
Mhm.
was the pair. That was before COVID came. So that was maybe 2019, I think. Such a long time ago. So I was just trading gold. I just like that it moved very fast and it was very clean back then. So I started making a lot of profits on gold. That's when I had my first big payout. Was around 40K with funding talent and yeah, trading gold. And then after COVID came, gold kind of didn't really respect that much. So I tried to stay away from it. I also had a big loss on gold, so I tried to switch to some other pairs. So that's when I got into Euro USD and GBP USD because I realized that if so many people trade them, it becomes very easy for me because I understand the other part of trading. So if you think about it, if 98% of retail traders lose, if you do the opposite, you're probably going to win. So it's a lot about psychology, psychology of the markets and liquidity. So yeah, Euro USD and GBP USD, and now that's what I mainly trade.
Okay. What time
Mhm.
frame should
Time frames. I run my analysis on all the time frames. So I watch monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. But my entries are usually taken on a 50 minute and 5 minute. Sometimes 1 minute, but not that often. Usually 50 minutes, to be honest. But I only look for setups during that certain time frame that I know price is gonna move. So first 1 or 2 hours of London Open, and then first 1 or 2 hours of New York True Open. That's when I um, watch for entries. And then, to be honest, it doesn't matter what time frame you enter on, because if you know where price is gonna invalidate your entry, you're just gonna place your stop loss there. So maybe you save 1-2 pips if you go on the lower time frames and watch for confirmation. But I think it's very stressful. So usually just 15 minutes for entries.
All right, cool. And
Yeah.
what about days? Do you trade every trading day of the week, or do you not trade? So,
Yeah. No, the way I discovered the trading days based on my stats is usually Monday and Tuesday are very low probability. So I adapted my style, my trading style. If I take trades Monday or Tuesday or even Wednesday, I usually just cut them very fast. So I go for a one-to-one. I don't use a higher stop loss. I don't really look at the higher time frame plan, because I know that from Wednesday to Friday, that's when the big move for the week is gonna happen. So that's when I try to make the most money from Wednesday all the way to Friday, or even if there's news, because I know news are gonna move price. But yeah, I watch the markets every day, but my risk is very different. So Monday and Tuesday, I don't risk that much. I only look for quick trades, and then from Wednesday I have my full risk and my full trading plan. Let's say I watch the higher time frames, I execute trades based on that, and just try to catch as much pips as possible.
okay. And
Yeah.
do you hold trades for a long time? Do you
No,
trade?
no, no. The most I hold trades is one day, maybe 2 days, but very, very rare. I usually just take intraday trades. So I take trades. If I take trades during London session, I close in after 1 hour, let's say, if price moves or not. And during New York, I usually just let them run. If there's a big move, I wait for the move to stop and then maybe leave it until the end of the day. But I usually close the trades at the end of the day because I don't really like with the swap fees and drawdown. Sometimes it's equity. So I just like to close them, you know.
So you said you have 6 million in fund in total, right?
Yeah, yeah. In total, it's 6 million, 6.1 now, or no, 6.2 now. Yeah,
Impressive.
yeah.
Um, how much would you say you usually pull out in a month?
Not that much. People, traders nowadays, they expect a lot of profit per month. They look at 10%, 8%. It's just too much. I usually just do 1% or 2% profit a month, which is more than enough. If I start the week right, if I start the month right, maybe I can go for like 3%. But I usually, my average is 1 to 2%, which is more than enough in terms of capital, because that's how I wanted to play the trading game. I want to get as much capital as possible and just keep my returns low, something that I can easily achieve. So yeah, maybe 1 to 2%, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually really cool to hear because, like you said, most people they see on Instagram they're shooting for like $400,000 and stuff like that. When
Yeah.
it's just not the norm.
Yeah, it's not possible. It's very hard to achieve very high returns without having too much risk. And at this point, for me, it's not worth the extra risk to maybe make some more money. I'd rather just make 1% because 1% of 6 million is 60K minus the profit share, let's say 50K guaranteed that I can make every single month. So that's enough. That's more than enough money. And everything I do above is just extra, right? But I don't want to push it too hard because maybe I'm not going to make anything. Because imagine I blow half of my accounts, then it's going to take me like a month to rebuild. And 1 month, I'm not going to make that money. I'm just going to make less. So I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
How did you hear about Fortunes?
First I heard was, I don't know, through James, I think. I first saw it, but yeah, it's just one of the platforms I wanted to expand with. So yeah, Instagram, I heard about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
How long have you been on the platform?
I've been funded with Fortunes when the firm first launched. I think that was almost a year ago. I
Yeah,
can't remember. Yeah, when it was the old dashboard, so I don't think the data is still there. But I got max funded. I think it was still 400. It was 400K back then, I think. But I didn't manage to. And I'm transparent here. I didn't manage to get a payout. I lost the accounts because yeah, I had a losing streak. So it just happened, and then I kind of left it there, and then I came back now, and I got funded. I got a payout, and I'm gonna get another payout, and probably after 1 to 4 payouts, I'm gonna be very profitable with the prop firm. So I got funded last year in November, I think. Yeah.
Cool.
So two,
So
three
I think
months.
you got a payout so far. What did you spend any of the money yet? Buy anything cool or no?
No, it's not about that now.
Yeah.
I don't. I just save it and then probably gonna invest in some cooler stuff. But yeah, I'm one of the few that actually bought, I think, a supercar with prop firm profits. I did a podcast a few weeks ago, and yeah, they said that because I actually bought like McLaren with just prop firm profits, which is crazy. Yeah, because I don't know anyone else who did that. It was just a goal of mine, So I was like, if I'm gonna buy a supercar, I'm just gonna buy it from trading profits. And yeah, I
That's a
had two good
lofty goal,
months.
and you hit it.
Yeah,
You said you had
yeah. So
two?
it's I know I have one, but I said it was in 2 or 3 months of profits. So that's insane.
No, that's nuts.
Yeah,
What's the coolest thing you bought? Is that it?
yeah. I think that's it. It's just it's a supercar. It's amazing. Having it at a young age, especially, it's very fulfilling. And once you get that out of the way, you're more focused on what really matters.
So what really matters to you?
Just the future, to be honest, and having a very good foundation and just growing as much as possible. In life, I think it's about leveling up every single day, becoming a better person in every aspect of life. And it's just, after a certain point, it's not about the money anymore because what else can you buy? Yeah.
What's your next lofty goal then?
My next goal would be to get into a private capital in terms of trading, have start my own little, let's call it hedge fund, I guess, and try to gain as much capital as possible and then eventually grow a team. manage it with me. And yeah, just my goal for the next 5 years is to probably have at least 50 million under management just by trading. I think that would be a very good goal.
I think that'd be fantastic. That'd be incredible.
Yeah,
What's
1% of that is very nice.
what's it like having the amount of capital that you do in the area that you live? Like you said, it's very low income, so
Oh yeah, imagine the average income in Romania is 700 to 800 euros, let's say, maybe 1,000 euros. I mean, you can do everything you want here, but the only downside is Romania is a very beautiful country. You have the mountains, you have the sea. I know Andrew Tate talks a lot about it. It's a very beautiful country, yeah. But for me, what ruins it is the people because you don't really have any real friends here. Everyone has a very bad mentality, just how the country is. So there's no really a lot of room to grow your network. There's only a few, very few individuals, young especially, that make money themselves, which you can network with. So that's the only downside. It's very lonely.
gotcha.
Yeah.
You ever run into Andrew Tate?
What?
You ever run into Andrew Tate?
Yeah. I met him a few years ago.
You guys race on the street?
No,
I
don't stand a chance. Yeah.
don't know. I feel like you got a shot. Like you said, you see the patterns, right? It's all about the numbers.
Yeah, maybe, but the roads are very shit now in Romania, so hopefully they get fixed.
That's fair. That's fair. So aside from trading, what do you do outside of trading?
Outside of trading, I'm building my personal brand right now. So I started with YouTube, and yeah, Twitter, all of that, Instagram, managing my socials, trying to grow my brand, to potentially turn it into a big business sometimes in the future. And yeah, that's about it. That's kind of all I do.
I mean, that's sometimes what it takes, right? To get to the level
Yeah.
to beyond.
Yeah, especially trading apart. I think building a personal brand is one of the most powerful things you can do. But yeah, trading is also, I think I chose very good when I chose trading, because trading is a skill that it's very scalable. So like I said, if you're becoming a very profitable trader and you're very consistent, it's not all about profit, it's about consistency, then there is unlimited room to growth in terms of capital, because you can always get external capital. And you're going to trade the same thing every single week. You're trading the same thing, but only your money increases. So I think that's a very good skill. And that's also with the personal brand, because you're always growing it over time. And at some point, it's going to pay up very good.
You ever run into problems with liquidity because you manage so much capital?
No, because I don't really do very big lots. To be honest, I know how brokers work, so I see a lot of people. They complain. They maybe try to take 50 lots on CPI today. They get slipped. So you have to understand how slippage works, spread, and I kind of study that part, so I know how brokers work, how platforms work. So no, I don't really have problems. If I have problems with a certain broker, I just split my positions. Instead of doing 20 lots, I do 4 or 5 lots positions, and then that's it.
Cool. What advice would you give to traders that are at the beginning stages? Like when you said you were back before you got it figured out, what would you say?
I think first of all, they need to figure out if they really want to trade, because trading is very difficult to actually become a profitable trader. My advice would be if you decide to actually pursue trading, just delete all your social media. Don't follow any other traders, because they're going to affect your progress very much. And then just choose a few pairs. First, you need to understand how you are as a person. That's very important. You need to study yourself to see if you're I don't know if you're a patient person or not. If you're if you're a risky person or not. How much stress can you handle? You need to do an analysis of yourself to see what your weaknesses are, and then try to find the best trading style that suits for you. So if you're not a very patient person, then maybe try to go for the lower time frames or some pairs that move faster. If you're a patient person, do the opposite. And then just choose 1 pair or 2 pairs maximum, and study those pairs every single day until you become consistent. Because a lot of traders, when they start out, they just jump from pair to pair, from strategy to strategy, from risk to risk. So trading is not that hard. Just choose 1 pair to trade, choose a time you can trade in, and choose a risk management that's good for you, and just do that every single day until you see success. It's not that hard.
Okay. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's solid advice, and it sounds easy, but it's not. It's simple but very hard. You know, it's one.
Yeah, exactly. But it's all about focus. If you focus on the things that you want to achieve, then that's the steps you need to take. So either do it or not.
All right, cool. So we're pretty much ran through most of this stuff, almost everything.
Yeah.
What is there anything else that you think that you'd like people to know about, like people to hear? I know you said you're trying to build your personal brand. You got anything cool coming, or just anything at all that comes to mind?
Yeah, my brand name is Andrew NFX, like I said. What I can say is, because I know I made this mistake early on, is just try to pick a mentor, not just in trading, but in general, in life. Pick a mentor that resonates with you and that has results that you can also achieve. So don't pick a mentor that maybe you see him trading on some big book broker and he's flipping, $100 to 500K in 3 weeks, because you're never going to get those results, right? Try to pick a mentor when it comes to trading. Pick a mentor that has real results that you can also replicate. So that's why I say traders that are trading funding companies and they are public with it and they have good results, I think they're the best mentors, because you can follow them and you can also achieve their results, because everyone can buy challenges and pass them and make money, right? But it's very difficult to maybe have 100K in cash to put into a broker and then flip that to 500,000, so it's very hard. So find mentors with results that you can also replicate. If the results are way too hard, just don't pick them. Find a mentor that maybe is not that big, doesn't have that great of results, but has results that you can also manage and achieve. I think that's very important.
All right, awesome. I mean, it was
Right.
awesome to hear everything, to hear your story, and I mean, you're managing an insane amount of capital, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So last thing, I'm just curious, when you down the road, when you have your hedge fund, are you going to change anything at all? You're just going to keep trading the same pairs, same way?
I think at first I'm gonna do the same trading style because that works. But then my goal is to expand, because it's all about risk management, risk portfolios. So I can have my full, my full risk just on trading my pairs. So that's why when where a team comes in, maybe you find some very good traders that trade differently, and that's a different risk portfolio. Because I also have a very good friend that runs a hedge fund, and he has 2 or 3 portfolios and risk management. So
Yeah.
when one portfolio maybe is up 5% for the month or even more, maybe his other portfolio is down 1% or 2% in the other way around. So it's very good to to manage risk. So I think probably things will change, but for the better.
And you plan to stay in Romania long term, or I know you said that it's kind of hard to network and meet people there. You got plans to go somewhere?
I was planning to move to Dubai this year, but I'm not too sure at the moment. I like Romania because it's a very cheap place to live in. You have a very good conditions. You have very good food, which you don't really find in other parts of the world, like very organic, healthy food, and also good water. So you have a lot of advantages. But I think, the only disadvantage is the people. But if you're not really trying to build anything with people, then I don't think that's a big of issue. But I think Dubai is also on the cards, maybe for the winter, to just stay there.
Cool.
Yeah.
You going to the FX Summit in Dubai?
I don't know when it is. Maybe.
They didn't announce the date yet, I don't think. I just know it's supposed to be in Dubai this year.
Maybe I'll be there. Yeah, I'd like to network with
See
other
you
people.
there. That'd be cool.
That'll be cool. Yeah, I'll look it up.
All right, Andrew, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Like I said, I'm gonna reach out to you on Instagram. If you need anything, hit me up.
Yeah.
Hopefully we talk again after your next payout.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
You gotta run it up.
Yeah.
All right. See you, brother. Take
Thank
it.
you.